Bronson Reed, good. It always looked good. Really good. Earlier that Rollins was much better in the chase than he was as the champion. Not to say that he's a bad wrestler. Just that the stories that they give as champion aren't really all that captivating. I'm hoping that they've learned their lesson with this group and him now as the champion again, which I presume is going to be the last time we get a champion, at least until WrestleMania in Las Vegas next year. Rollins started the show, and basically we got, finally, a name for the group. Rollins had not really said, this is the name of our new group, this new group that has been slowly forming since WrestleMania. He didn't outwardly say this is the name, but earlier in the week, WWE, or actually not earlier in the week, but this weekend before SummerSlam, WWE trademarked the Vision. And that only meant one thing. I mean, he calls himself the Visionary. So I just put the pieces together and said to myself, well, that seems like the faction name for Seth Rollins' new group here. So we're going to run with that. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman as the Oracle are now known on Raw as the Vision. Now, I don't know if they need prescription glasses, if they should go to fucking Warby Parker. I don't know. You guys can have fun with that, but it's not the most offensive name. It's not completely terrible. I'm sure we'll get used to it. At least it gives them a name instead of calling them the Bronze and Seth Rollins. The Vision. The Vision. This is his vision. I guess they wanted to wait until after he won the World Championship to at least give us a glimpse into the name of the group. There you go. Do with that as you wish. The Vision. LA Knight. I know a lot of people are looking at this and saying, well, the first person getting with Rollins after what he did and fooled us all with the fake injury is LA Knight. I didn't really have a worry about what the next program was going to be. I had a pretty strong intuition that LA Knight would show up tonight and have something to say, being that Rollins kind of did what he did with the injury and faked the injury. Plus, LA Knight, he said it tonight as well. He did pin Seth Rollins, so he has a victory over Seth Rollins on Saturday night's main event. There was no doubt in my mind that LA Knight was going to be the next in line for a championship match. I didn't know if it was going to happen tonight or sometime later in the month on Raw, or maybe they save it for Clash in Paris. WWE set up the program between LA Knight and Seth Rollins tonight in the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Really nothing special between them. Very standard, run-of-the-mill TV main events, but the World Championship was on the line, and it's always nice because we don't see it a lot. We don't see it all that often. That the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line on Monday Night Raw in the main event. It always feels good when the championship is on the line. We don't get that a lot. The thing is, during the intro, during the opening segment, Adam Pearce came out because Seth Rollins told LA Knight no. LA Knight wanted to wrestle tonight. He wanted a shot tonight in Brooklyn. Rollins told him no. Adam Pearce comes on out and basically overrides Rollins' no and says, oh, yes, we're getting a championship match. And you want to fucking pull your stunt that you did on Saturday. Here's another one for you. Your boys are banned from ringside. So Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed were banned from ringside. Paul Heyman was allowed. So obviously that was going to play into the main event and the outcome of the match. Whatever that meant. As we were watching the open of the show, I figured CM Punk would show up, Roman Reigns would show up. Maybe we would get a new member in the group. Maybe we would get that fourth man being that everybody else was banned from ringside, maybe they would introduce a fourth man to Seth Rollins' group. You see, this is the type of stuff that I was looking for. This is the type of stuff, the sense of urgency that WWE needed on this show. I just felt like they came out of SummerSlam, and the moments that they made at SummerSlam at MetLife, they came into the show with no real sense of urgency. Because they realized and they figured, well, we got 4 weeks before we get to Clash in Paris. That's more than enough time to put together a solid 5-6 match card for Clash in Paris. When we got to the main event, like I said, the standard run-of-the-mill TV main event on a WWE television show, nothing super special. They didn't go out there and burn the house down or anything. CM Punk showed up. Obviously ruined LA Knight's chances of winning the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't think anybody was watching this show pushing for LA Knight to win the championship. It was just never going to happen. And if you were pushing LA Knight, yeah, let's pull the trigger. Let's have LA Knight win the World Heavyweight Championship here on Monday Night Raw. Yes, that would be the worst decision you could possibly come up with. Yes, let's run this angle where he just trolled everybody by going on with a fake injury for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, only to take the belt off of him after he just pulled off the ruse of the century. Yeah, that really makes a lot of sense. No, LA Knight is not winning the World Heavyweight Championship. He's not winning the World Heavyweight Championship anytime this year, and he's not winning the World Heavyweight Championship anytime soon thereafter.
Oh man, I got a knife stuck in my shoe. A good thing that does not matter because these are Kevlar insoles, meaning it's 100% pierce resistant. And this knife won't hurt me at all because these have a steel toe.
Shut up.
LA Knight. This is coming from an LA Knight guy. LA Knight's not going to be a world champion. They only moved him over to Raw because he's the next best thing to feud with a heel Seth Rollins. Deal with it. Sorry if you don't like the truth. Sorry if I'm a little bit too harsh. But there's always the Intercontinental Championship. CM Punk ruined the main event. Then the boys come out. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. They're out there. They lay waste to Punk and LA Knight. Show goes off the air. The little trademark logo, which is Triple H's specialty, hits the bottom of the screen. And then we get Roman Reigns coming out as the show's about to go off the air. We got a little bit more of an overrun. Roman Reigns takes out the Vision. He gets into the ring. He's trying to save CM Punk and LA Knight. He gets laid out. They lay waste to him. Braun Breaker spears him in half. And Bronson Reed, 3 tsunamis on Roman Reigns. All while, again, stealing his Jordans. So now this is 2 pairs of sneakers that the Shula Fala now contains. The tribal thief has confiscated another pair of shoes. The Vision laid waste to all the baby faces. That was the best part of the show. Boring, but it was the best part of the show. Why do I say boring? A lot of people love to accept mediocrity, man. How many times are we going to see the same fucking ending every single week? If we don't get it with the Bloodline or the MFTs on Friday Night SmackDown, we get it with the Vision on Monday Night Raw. They laid waste to Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and now LA Knight. Is there anything new, chat? Is there anything refreshing, chat? Is there anything groundbreaking, chat? No, it's the same shit. It's literally the same ending that they write into the show every single week. You could sit there and enjoy it. I'm not going to enjoy it because it's not creative. It's boring. It doesn't give me a sense of urgency. It doesn't give me a sense of excitement. It doesn't give me a sense of anything. It's just the same fucking thing that we saw the week before that, the week before that, the week before that. It's their go-home. It's their tried and true. How do we finish this show? Let's have a beatdown. If it's not tsunamis, it's a spear. If it's not a spear, if it's not a spear, it's a tsunami. If it's not either one of them, let's put them through the fucking table or the barricade. same thing over and over again, man. So I apologize if you don't like that I didn't like the show. I don't really give a fuck. How many writers do they got on this fucking writing team? You can't come up with anything a little bit more creative? But I guess they forwarded story. That's all that matters. How you get there is just as important. Where do we go from here? Clearly, Rollins has a lot of targets. Or I should say, a lot of people are targeting Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns wants a piece of Seth Rollins. CM Punk wants a piece of Seth Rollins, obviously. LA Knight wants a piece of Seth Rollins, and now CM Punk, because CM Punk didn't give a fuck about LA Knight. CM Punk ruined LA Knight's chances. That makes three. Three baby faces going after Seth Rollins. I don't know when we're going to get all those matches, but I like the fact that there are opponents and that there's an uphill battle for Seth Rollins to take over Monday Night Raw, and that the baby faces aren't going to stand for this shit, and they're credible names that I actually like. That's great. One thing at a time, though. Where are we going into Clash of Paris? Couple of different ways we could look at this. Clearly, the way that I looked at it, Roman Reigns got written off television. The first thing that I thought of is, I heard that Roman Reigns is not going to be filming until September. That was the last report by Fightful. So I put out, as soon as Monday Night Raw went off the air, looks like we could be setting up for a 6-man international warfare. Could be 6, could be 8. We don't know. Literally in the next 4 weeks, Rollins could add another member. And then the babyfaces just equalize that with Jey Uso. So that's the first thing that I thought of. With the report that Fightful put out, that Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes aren't filming Street Fighter until September. Which, you know, all the people on Twitter who think they're correct all the time, oh, but JD, he's filming in August. No, September. September. Sorry, you're incorrect once again. So yes, Roman Reigns is very much going to be a part of television, potentially going into Paris. We could be looking at a 6-man tag team match. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. International warfare. Got that Canadian Stampede type vibe going on. Not really, because that was the Hart Foundation. That was their home turf, and they were battling the anti-Canadians. I'd like to see something like that. I think the energy in Paris would be fucking unbelievable. WWE could add Jey Uso to the mix while adding a 4th member to Rollins' group, whoever that may be. Rumor is Ethan Page is getting ready for a call-up. Rumor is Ricky Starks, Ricky Saints is getting ready for a call-up. They may add Ilya Dragunov to the mix. I'm hearing rumblings that he is due to come back. We don't know. Maybe they add Carmelo Hayes. Maybe he moves over to Monday Night Raw. That would be something, right? Maybe they add Drew McIntyre. A list of names that would fit in that group perfectly. We just don't know who or when that will happen. WWE clearly could do Rollins versus Punk versus LA Knight. And they wrote Roman Reigns off TV. I just don't see them going into Paris internationally for the first time all year. The only time they'll be in Paris all year, and not have Roman Reigns on the show. Not have Jey Uso on the show. I just find that to be a little ridiculous. Triple threat match for the World's Heavyweight Championship. Rollins, Punk, LA Knight. I mean, I don't really get a sense that is the direction, but I mean, it's certainly on the table. They could do the 6-man tag team match without Roman Reigns, and what they did tonight was actually did write him off TV, and they just put Jey Uso in there and have it a 6-man tag. Have it be a 6-man tag team match. Uso, Punk, and LA Knight versus Rollins, Breaker, and Bronson Reed. So those are the options for Clash in Paris. That's what WWE is telling you. Now, I'm looking forward to the months after Clash in Paris. Because we all know Rollins is not losing the World Heavyweight Championship. This would be a solid show where Rollins can go in there and not have to worry, and WWE Creative can have Rollins go into the show not having to be the ship. He can go into Clash in Paris, this multi-man match, warfare between the babyfaces and this new faction, the Visionary, right? Or the Vision. Come out of Clash in Paris, the next show, I think we got a Saturday night's main event. Then we maybe do a major match at Saturday night's main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. That ends in a fuck finish. Maybe we get a triple threat match in Perth. Maybe we get Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in Perth. And then obviously we get another fuck finish. WWE is obviously slow burning this till Survivor Series. This is going to be the War Games situation. What you're watching right now is WWE long-term book Survivor Series. Whoever the fourth man's going to be, I don't know. There will be a fourth man between now and Survivor Series. That is my prediction. Who it's going to be, I don't know. But then you'll get Roman Reigns, you'll get Jey Uso, you may get Jimmy Uso, you may get CM Punk and LA Knight all on the same team. There was a rumor that Jimmy Uso may be coming to Monday Night Raw as well. And then they would go up against the Vision. We may get 2 new members. Rollins may add 2 new members to the group. 5-on-5. That's your War Game situation coming out of Monday Night Raw. And then whatever the women's is, which, you know, I've been very vocal about it. If you don't need to do a War Games match, then don't do it. Don't do it. You're doing it for the sake of doing it because you got to do one for the men and one for the women, and they both have to have a War Games. No. There really is no tension between factions in the women's division. This is building towards War Games. Anybody could see that. So I like that Monday Night Raw has a solid nucleus at the top of the card. Rollins is a champ. LA Knight's chasing. CM Punk is chasing. Roman Reigns is chasing. The option for a third, or a fourth rather, and a fifth man on Rollins' team, the Vision. Who's going to align with the baby faces? Is it going to be the Usos getting back together? There's a lot going on there. I like that. Other than that, on this show, and I mean this wholeheartedly, there wasn't much of anything to truly care about on this show. There was a rematch